Yeah, Charlie. So there's this issue on the media right now. Right now, it's boiling. It's actually boiling. Like it's like a food that is on like throw a day cold pot where they boil. Yeah, it's some people are divided. Some of the boys are divided. Some people are saying the girl really spoke a lot of sense. Other people are also saying that Ghanaians are easily impressed, and what the girl is saying is not really fact. Okay, and someone like Wodemaya has even requested that he want to meet the girl in person because apparently Wodemaya is very much impressed with what the girl said, right? And this particular show was from Gashes. Now Gashes is one of the people in Takrady that is actually not necessarily based in Takrady, but he's somebody that is me. I watch him on social media, on the media, and then he's been taking us down memory lane into just some of these high schools, speaking to some of the students and taking us through a tour of campuses and how it's looking right now. So I think it's a very good content that he's doing, so you might want to check him out, and I personally enjoy watching him. But I think this particular content he did was in Inside Senior High School, which is in the Western region, which he was also he's an old student there, so he was just picking a vibe with one of the students, which she's called Rich Love Oduro, from what I read from her name on her chest. And I think it was supposed to be like a casual conversation, a casual kind of vibe. Okay, then the young lady, the kid started dropping bars upon bars upon bars. So it's impressive, honestly speaking, for a young lady like that to sort of have total command over what she's speaking and actually have the confidence to speak her mind and actually articulate with perfection. Okay, but with the content of the message that she was actually relaying is where the problem is. Some people are saying what she's saying is true, other people are saying what she's saying is not true. Now, when you go on the media, there's been a division. So let's walk this journey. I want us to just go through the video and then we find out what the kids said about this whole thing, and then we see whether the right is true or the lefties are also right. So let's see how it will go.
But now it's the agric blog, so it's an agric class.
I tell people that I am a student of Science Senior High School. They say, what school is that? It's not popular. We've not seen it in science and math quiz. Why?
So apparently the Gashes, that's the presenter, is an old student of this campus or in Science Senior High School, and he is trying to inquire why they have not been in the science and math quiz, which is, in case you don't know, is a popular quiz or competition in Ghana here for senior high school students that when it's time to actually do it, it's even if you've completed school, there's this euphoria and passion that comes with it that most of us have. It has grown on us. So National Science and Math quiz, for most of us, we know the take home easy. Yeah, so she was asking the girl why are they not able to actually go far in a competition. Okay, so let's continue.
You're talking about science and math quiz. Gosh, let me ask you a question.
Tell me why, don't ask me.
You see, the science and math quiz is a show.
It's a what?
It's a show. But then this school, my school, it is not for show. I'm surprised you of all people you're asking me such a question. As a noble of this institution, you should know that the main objective or the main aim of this school is to produce nobles to correct the mistakes that those science and math quiz people are.
Okay, so the young lady is trying to say that the National Science and Math quiz is a show. Okay, so she believes that she's trying to insinuate that it's not really in line with the values or the core values of the education system, or to her it's not so much effective with the academic, or it's something that will help the academic excellence of the student, but it's more or less like something that's for recreation, like for fun. All right, and personally, I think these things, we used to do it in high school a lot. I mean, there's no way somebody's going to talk down on your school and you are going to sit down and then watch the person. So yeah, like you have to find ways to actually defend yourself. And if you have a smart mouth and then you know your way around words, you actually have a way to actually respond that would actually sound like very convincing. So I think we give her props for actually trying to stand up for the school or standing up for her school. So that's fine. Let's continue.
Hey,
this school is not meant for show, Charlie. I'm serious. It's not meant for show.
To correct what?
The mistakes.
That's what are doing.
That those science and math quiz, the people they are doing, the harm they are creating to the country.
The schools.
Yeah.
They are creating science, harm with science and math. Why do you say that?
Let me explain so that you understand. You see, in such schools, they have students that are biologically good. In terms of academics, they are biologically endowed with the knowledge.
Okay.
It's their field.
Those people that go for the science and math.
Yes. It's not like the teachers that make them. They are bringing the mind. They are like it's in their blood. It's in their genes. So it's not somebody that forces them to do it, but then it's with them. They are born with it.
No, but so why don't you have?
No. They won't come to this school because in this very country, we have institutions that were built by colonial minds that have all the required facilities
What
for
institutions?
learning. Institutions like Presec, Prempeh, those big institutions, those big names. But then, if
they were built by colonial minds,
yes,
as in what?
You see, they were not built by a black man who will not sow a seed that he will not live to reap. The black man will never waste his time on a project that he will not gain benefit from.
How do you prove that?
You see, look at this.
That's a wild claim. But anyway, so I mean, what she said is, I personally believe this particular side. I think she has a point because most of the sharp-brained young people, when they are transitioning from junior high school to the senior high schools, obviously they will go for the big schools because one, status and prestige and the bragging rights that I also went to Prempeh, I went to Presec, or I went to Accra Academy or St. John's School or maybe GSTS, Ghana Secondary Technical School. So when you go to most schools, the sharp brains or people that were academically good in JSS will definitely end up in these big schools. So from her analogy or from the example she sets, I mean, she's trying to say that the reason why maybe people or the schools like Insign and other schools that are not able to go far in the science and math quiz is because schools like Presec, Prempeh and those things, they are biologically endowed or they naturally have the resources when it comes to academically good students. Okay, because the students already choose their school, they chose that school, right? They chose that school as their first schools and they got it, so they have the resources of the minds there to actually go far in National Science and Math quiz. So that's why a school like Ensign doesn't have that kind of capacity or the capability to actually go far in the National Science and Math quiz. So personally, I think that's a very good point.
New institutions that are being established.
They
Take
don't
a
have
good
enough
look.
They are not.
You wait and compare them to those colonial schools. You see a vast difference. The school has been built all right, but look at the infrastructure. Let me ask you, if you were to be an academically good student and then you are told to choose a school, which school you choose? You automatically go in for those colonial schools because they have everything you can dream of. I'm not talking about those that paid to go there, but rather I'm talking about those that genuinely deserve to be there.
So there are people who pay to be there.
That's what we don't talk plenty about that one. I say we know that there are people who are paid to be there, and as I'm talking, you see, there are people out there. They know themselves. They know that, as for me, I paid to be there, and in the same way, there are people like I deserve to be there.
Okay. So wait, the conversation is this: those science and math people who feature in the competition, they are people who are already academically, they are wired academically, biologically. It is in their DNA.
Yes, but the school will not tell you such. The school will tell you that we have teachers that have prepared and trained our students for such courses.
That is true.
No, if that is true, then it means that GES is a biased and a failed institution.
Why?
In the sense that if it is really true, and if it is really, really true, then why is that GES has recruited superhuman teachers for this institution, but then recruited extremely dumb teachers for other institutions? If they say all the teachers that they are giving out write an exam, write the test, then it means all teachers should be equal, and then they should be able to produce genuine, intelligent students.
So they should be able to teach everyone to be the same.
Perfect. That's exactly what I'm trying to say.
I think this whole perception that she's bringing is a very well thought like mindsets that she just came up with the fact that most of the national science and maths quizzes, or the winners and stuff, claim that not all the time, but mostly they claim that the teachers are good and they are able to train the student to actually be able to reach that height when it comes to those competitions. And from the example she's making, she's saying that if that is true, then those teachers that are that good, GES, that's the education body, the Ghana Education Service, should find a way to spread those good teachers that are in those particular high school to other schools to also have a taste of their resources or their capacity or capabilities as teachers, so that there will be fairness. So if they claim that it's the teachers of a particular school that are not able to sort of teach their work well for them to go to that height in the National Science and Maths quiz, then she believes that is highly is biased. Yes, that's what she's saying. I think well, if normally teachers also want to work, or they want to work at places that their incentives are high, and some of these high schools that she's talking about, personally I believe that they pay much better than maybe some of these other schools. So most of the teachers prefer to be in these high schools, well, first of all, to earn their living and to also have a good life. So that one is also, a great portion that probably she's not looking at. But then with that one said, I think it's still a very genuine thought, and she's done well.
So why is it not happening like that?
Amazing.
If you look at it clearly, then we can proudly say, I can boldly say and testify to the fact that if it is true, then it means that the teachers do not contribute to the success rate of the students. But if a school is fortunate enough to gain an academically endowed student, they pick that student up, add a little polishes, then they gamble with the student.
For a show.
Yes. If they take you in, it works out perfect. If it doesn't, which school? Can you specifically point out and say that this school has won the science and math quiz 5 times in a row without pause? Like they won this year, the next year they win, the following they win, the following they win 5 times. Which school? Just give me a name.
Because sometimes this year they will get somebody who is good and Gabo, and the next year they will not get. So it keeps rotating like that.
That's how it is.
It's a show.
It's a show.
What are you doing? What do you do?
It's a show, but then this school is not meant for show. If you look at the vision of our school, it says an institution for academic excellence.
So this is where I was talking about the fact that I feel like some of these things are just one of those things. When you are in high school, you are very how do I say, a serious fanatic for your school. Like the first points of contact, or the most passionate thing about being in high school is you sort of have to defend your school no matter what. Yeah, like high school banters are like, they are that crazy. So I believe that low-key there's a bit of a banter in what she's doing. Yeah, like, I have to defend my school. But she's very well spoken. Yeah, she has a way with words. So I think she's making a very good point. But regardless, I think underneath what she's saying, low-key, it's one of those high school banters.
Let's go into pre-sec. Let's randomly select a student and ask questions. You see, the student will be fumbling, but let the school authorities themselves pick out a student for you and ask the student. You see, you get exactly what you want. But if you randomly select, you see the difference.
Are you the school prefect?
No, I'm not the school prefect.
You are just a regular house prefect.
Charlie. But the school is making me. Since our school is not meant for joke. On the 21st, our school is having a program. We are changing the name of the school to that one man, that he single-handedly gained the freedom of Ghana with just one hand. He gained total freedom for the nation. Aside for Dr. Kwame Nkrumah.
So this school is going to be changed from a science to
Kwame Nkrumah Senior High School. You see, Kwame Nkrumah was not a lazy man. We want to change the name to Kwame Nkrumah because we want the name to fit the objective of the school.
Which is
to create nobles who are going to go out there and correct the mistakes that have been made by those big men.
Okay.
You see, when you put Ghana on the table, dissect its parts, open it up, you see that those people occupying big positions, they are the same people from those big institutions. And then they are the same people who steal, who are corrupt, stealing the money, stealing Ghana's money, building their own companies, and then they sit down and look for honest people to come and run it for them. It's funny when you think about, like, when you sit down and think about it, it's actually funny.
But agenda here is to produce nobles.
Nobles like yourself.
Okay, so what she's saying is a bit, it's a wild allegation, but that's fine. She's trying to say that most of the big men or the leaders in this country, as we know them, are from these big schools, like, yes, you know them, like Prempers, the Presex, and yes. So she believes that it's because of the errors of the educational system. Because of the science and math quiz and the way it's true and poor and it's full of memorization. They are not able to produce like able human resources to sort of hold the country together well. So she believes that it's part of the reason why this country is not developing the way it is. And she made a wild allegation that some of these people actually are stealing from the country. And after they steal, they they set up companies and they employ people, and they expect the people that they have employed to rather be honest to them. So like I'm saying, she's quite brilliant. She's brilliant. The way she's actually that's a wild allegation, but then it doesn't take away the fact that she has a way with words and she's very witty. So let's continue.
Here is to produce nobles.
Nobles like yourself, my guy.
I'm a noble.
Share. What you are doing alone is having an impact in the education system. You see, the main objective is not to produce lazy people, not to produce corrupt students, but rather to produce people who will be able to go out there, make an impact. People who will be able to change the corrupt methods. We are not part of the story of corruption. When you come to Kwame Nkrumah Senior High School, our core values is discipline, integrity, hard work, and excellence. No matter what you do, we excel. So talk not about NSMQ. We are talking about the quality of the goods being produced. If I'm a quiz student, I'm being groomed, I perfect everything, I go out there on telly, I'm perfect, but then I come out and I'm not able to meet the standard of community. What good has the school done to me? But in here, we don't look as such. We make time for every student. We make sure every student is up to standard. And then we are all able to go out there, not to become flops of society, but then to make perfect people for the society. That is it.
Okay, so she's just talking about the fact that her school is able to produce good human resources, like the interviewer himself, and she believes that because of the National Science and Math quiz, you can be on TV and do so well. You get all the support and not necessarily go out there and make an impact in the actual world or the real world, because maybe you were not really trained properly, or you were just trained to be good for National Science and Math quiz. But she believes her school is able to train able human resources to sort of feed the country with good human resources, people that are actually capable and are able to contribute positively to the society, like the interviewer himself. And like I said, I strongly believe that low-key, this whole thing is a low-key banter. Like she's just throwing shades at the other people. I'm sure if her school has won this National Science and Math quiz, she would have probably change her conversation to a certain dimension, right? But since they've not won it, I mean, she has to defend her school the way she has to defend it. But then, Charlie, she's in a way, I think she's dropping, yes, nuggets of knowledge and a whole lot there, and I think it's plausible. I mean, it's something that is worth acknowledging that she's quite brilliant and confident with what she's doing. This is the video that got people talking, and it's I don't know what you think about this, but she has a point. She made a lot of good points there, and for a young lady of her age, I think it's quite impressive. There, I must be honest, quite impressive. But some of the things she said were not particularly true. Yes, especially when she said her school is able to train people to be able to be academically excellent. I mean, every school trains their students basically for them to be good for the world. I mean, nobody goes to school and gets stuck on the student's campus or the campus forever. Okay, the whole reason for going through the school system it's a journey, but the destination is for you to be good for life. Okay, to be able to be groomed in a way that you be able to bring out something positive within yourself, to be able to have a positive impact in the society or in your community. So every school is low-key doing that specifically, right? But then she is actually talking against the whole national science and math quiz, and she's not the first person that has spoken against national science and math quiz. Some people have actually spoken about it, that they feel like it's not really helping us as a nation, because it's just memorization, and it's not really going to bring any proper or any tangible human resources from the whole show or competition, like she said. So that's what she thinks. Okay, but I don't know what you think. Personally, I think yes, props should be given to her for being able to carry herself and articulate herself the way she did. But most of the things she said were not precisely the truth. Yes, but that's fine. And personally, I think there are some good parts of what she said, but then not all of it was actually truthful, or facts, right? With that one said, I don't know what you think about this particular video or this conversation Gasha had with this young lady. If you have any comments and thoughts on this, you should let me know, and let's get our discussions running. Maybe if we have to drop a second video about this, then I would have to come again, and then Charlie, we peel the surface and then give it to you the way it's supposed to be given to you. You get it? Yes. So with that one said, we will end today's edition of Trends on KDM, and I'll definitely see you on the other side. The name is Donald, not Trump.